Good morning, this is Dominic with TheBackVlog, and my doggy is right here. Right doggy. Right doggy. Right doggy. Yesterday morning I watched Masahiro Shinoda's Demon Pond, and this thing was wild. The only other Shinoda film I have seen was Pale Flower, and for some reason I got it in my head that he did Onibaba and Koroneko as well, but that was, I don't remember his first name. His last name is Shindo, and I think because of their last names I got it like mixed up, Shinoda and Shindo. But yeah, Demon Pond, I believe was written like based off the play and everything. I don't remember like what the play was or if it was even a Japanese play. But this thing definitely like reads off as a play. The pacing is like a little slow, and like, you know, a lot of the scenes are performed like they're like on stage, and I'm guessing that's why maybe like the scenes kind of like drag out the way they do sometimes as well. The music in it was really cool. It was kind of like hypnotic and like airy. It kind of had at least a lot of the tracks did. Towards the end of the film, there was like some, it kind of like branched out of this a little bit, but most of the film kind of like had this combination between like Angelo Badalamenti and Ligotti compositions, or Ligotti, I don't know how you pronounce his name, but like it was kind of like a mix between those two, like blended in with each other to make this like this weird psychedelic, just this interesting soundtrack. The frame composition in this is really neat. You know, I guess Yasujiro Ozu may have paved the way for this kind of like frame within a frame within a frame technique, where it's like, you know, you have layers of you know, the sets and everything. That kind of stuff is utilized here too, and I believe, like, I'm of the opinion that I think it's the way that Japanese architecture kind of lends itself to filmmaking techniques. Or, you know, it could be the other way around, where it's like the cinematographers are utilizing the architecture in an artistic way, which is that's probably more accurate than the other way around. But I think the architecture is definitely helping out the cinematography here, because you know, it's kind of like perfectly like boxing everything into like specific parts of the screen. Like, I really like the way that the moon is depicted in some of these shots, like where it's positioned in the frame. Robin, why are you eating stuff off the floor? Yeah, and like honestly, that moon is beautiful. I don't know if that was like a painting superimposed into the shots or what, but yeah, the moon in this thing looks incredible. Around the halfway point of this film is when it starts to get really wild, and it all starts with the crab and fish people. There's a dude who's like fishing, and he picks up this 30-pound fish, and he's like, "This thing's freaking heavy. I'm eating good tonight." And then he's bitten by a crab, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And like he throws them both back into the water. And he runs away because he's in pain and everything. And then the fish and the crab are people the whole time. They turn into people, and it's like these dudes in like makeup, and like their hands have like big prosthetics on them, and it's really weird. And I wasn't expecting that, because up to that point it was like mysterious and everything. There was like an air of mystery. Because, like, you know, you had the main character who, you know, just found his buddy after 3 years thinking he was dead the whole time, and he's there to investigate a folklore, and it's like, you know, it's like really down to earth and everything, and then like crab and fish people come out of nowhere, and it's wild. And the scene that ramps up into is like this really like ethereal, like spectral scene with like all these like spirits and stuff, and the costume design of this part is really good, compared to, it's not that the modern day costumes are bad, it's just that like it's just a strong like contrast to what was established at that point in the film. And you know, that's like the part of the film where they start to incorporate the more like spiritual part of the plot, or like the more like mythical part of it. And it's not just like the costumes, it's like the makeup's really cool too. The makeup definitely uses a lot of like live theater techniques to basically exaggerate the facial features of somebody, and like exaggerate like the age and stuff like that, you know, with like really like dark harsh lines and everything. But now like you also have people that are wearing like sheep and like goat masks and deer masks and everything. It was weird. It got really weird out of nowhere. But you have to like watch the movie for an hour before it starts to get like really weird. It got wild, dude. The special effects in this are really good. This release does not have a lot of supplements at all. It's actually kind of like, it's a little pathetic, personally speaking. But one of the few supplements that actually was on this Blu-ray was the it was kind of like a special effects showcase of the film, like how things were done. It doesn't say the name of the dude who made the program, but he's talking about how the special effects artists used I don't even know like what it was, but he was talking about like compositing multiple things on top of each other and like using like a blue screen for stuff and like everything. And I always like thought how interesting it was that people could do special effects like this without computers. Like, I don't understand how that could even be done. They showed like in the supplement, they showed like diagrams of the tools that he used, which is really cool, but I kind of wish I was able to see it in operation. But yeah, it was really cool. A lot of the effects were done by basically making highly detailed miniatures of the town that this film takes place in, so it can then be destroyed by tsunami. This film instilled a massive fear in me of tsunamis now. Like, I knew they were bad, but like I didn't know they could be terrifying. I mean, I guess like it goes without saying, but like until you see how big and unstoppable those things are, you don't really comprehend the ferocity of them. One last thing I want to talk about is the other reinforcement that this is kind of like going for a more theatrical route over a cinematic route. The character Yuri is played by the same person who plays Princess Shiroyuki, I believe her name was. I wanted to see if it like was the same person. I looked it up on Letterboxd because I wanted to like see if Yuri was like a physical manifestation of the dragon spirit, which is what the princess is, or if it literally is like two separate characters, like if it was billed on Letterboxd as two separate characters. But then I noticed that the character is played by a man, which in kabuki theater, I guess there's this thing called the onnagata, and I think Shakespeare, like Shakespearean theater, did this too. But you know, it's like where they have like a feminine man playing the female roles. I don't know if it was like because like women didn't have the rights to do it at the time, or what. I appreciate the fact that the film kind of utilized that technique as well. It feels authentic to what the film is trying to do, being that it's like trying to, you know, replicate live theater. But then there are like actual like women in the film too. I don't know where I was going with that. I actually was introduced to this concept of the onnagata in another film on Criterion called An Actor's Revenge, which I don't really remember it. I've only ever seen it once. I gotta watch that again sometime. But it's talking about the struggles, I believe it's talking about the struggles that an Onagato will endure. The actor that played Yuri is he actually is like a real kabuki actor. He's not a film actor. I guess maybe that's probably why they casted him over like an actual woman for this role, because Shinoda was definitely trying to replicate the style of kabuki theater. So yeah, that's it. Demon Pond is really interesting. I picked this up in November, I believe, and I never got around to watching it, so I'm glad I finally did. I don't know if you could see it with the shine or not, but yeah, that's Demon Pond. Really interesting film.